Holla Ballers, it's Preachy. Today I'm bringing you and I'm introducing you guys to the Ace of Spades. Yes, the Ace of Spades. This is a combination of sandbox play, very similar to Minecraft, those kind of games that have been extremely popular now. I'm mixing in some FPS action into those games, which is just so cool. It was Genji that introduced me to this one. He's been playing this for the last couple of days, and he said, you want to come and try this game out. It's a 5 meg download, 5 megabytes. That's right, that's how small this game is. And it is tons of fun. It actually has so much strategic depth to it. I was so surprised. After looking at it initially and thinking, what the hell is this? It has tons and tons of strategic depth to it once you actually get into it completely. It hasn't got a lot of maps, but what it does do is enable you to make completely customizable maps. So there's an infinite possibility of maps to this game. This is actually a decent one we started on before I get into the basics of it. This is just 2 islands with a mountain in the middle. And off you go. The amazing thing about this game is you do have the blocks and digging options that you'll see in games like Minecraft. So you can actually construct and you can dig out holes. What does this mean? Is every single level by the first 6 or 7 minutes of playing is completely different every single time. Because you have complete autonomy into what you want to do. If you've got this mountain in the middle, hell, you could build yourself a tunnel right through it. You could just dig a giant tunnel all the way through it. We had a couple of guys who spent the first 10 minutes of this level digging underneath the mountain from the red base and digging all the way into the yellow base. And when it came into about 8 or 9 minutes, a hole just appeared in the middle of our base and all these reds exploded out. So that was a hell of a lot of fun. It's that kind of diverse gameplay that makes the game really interesting, because it's never, ever the same. When you start the game, you actually launch from the web browser. You'll launch from a little web page run by Ben Aksoy. He's the guy who's created this game, and he's done very well. He's been making it for about 6 months, from about April 4, 2011, before it went live. And it's extremely basic. So you start with either a yellow or a red team, and you choose that at the beginning. And we've got various game modes. You've got capture the flag, which is actually capture the intelligence. There's no flags in the game. You actually go and find some intelligence in the enemy base, bring it back to yours. You can do some domination. And you can also create your own worlds. Fully customizable, create your own worlds, an infinite possibility of the amount of layouts. But you can see, as I'm demonstrating here, you do have this block tool. Although it's an FPS game, you've got to kill the enemy and do all that. You still have the option to build and the option to dig, which creates some massive strategy and also some epic cheesing. My first idea, this is my first round that I ever played, was to create a large middle finger, staring at the enemy, demotivating them. I was actually going for a demotivational tactic to see that I was giving them the middle finger. Come at me, bro, was my strategy towards this game. Every time the enemy would look upon our base, they would stare down the eye of my middle finger and realise the terror they were about to face. Check that out. I thought it was funny anyway. So you're going to come into this. You start off with 50 blocks. You have 50 blocks that you can do whatever the hell you want with, and they are completely color customizable. You can do whatever you want in the game. You'll get a little color palette, you can change them with your arrows, and you can construct whatever you want. So although I'm messing around making middle fingers and I spell out a big FU soon enough, the actual idea is that you build your own cover. You can go out there, you can build a wall in front of yourself, you can build bunkers, you can build bases. Towards the end of this game, we had a giant bunker on top of the mountain occupied by reds that were looking down upon our base. They were a much more organised team than us, which was cool. This rather large bunker that they could just occupy, and then they could look down upon our base and kill lots of people as they respawned. They also eventually got that shot away. You're going to get 3 different gun types. You're going to get the rifle, you're going to get a SMG machine gun, and you're also going to get the shotgun, which is very cool. But the machine gun can shoot out blocks, so you can actually have a couple of machine gunners shooting away the bunker blocks. Rifles can't do that, but rifles have the advantage of 1-hit kills if you get someone in the head, or just 2-hit kills if you get them in the body. All a load of fun. Very, very interesting play. And towards the end, we started to really see how some of the strategy of this game opens up. If you have people who are interested in FPS and getting the kills and being kill hungry and all that kind of stuff, that's cool. But you also mix in people who are very interested in crafting and digging and are very sort of Minecraft sort of experienced players. So what we saw in the later levels, where we had large open world jungles, is we actually saw those guys dedicate a couple of team members who went over to the enemy base and dug out all their defensive towers. This game does respond to gravity. You cannot have any floating blocks. So if they've got lots of enemy guard towers, you can quickly dig out all the area underneath their towers, or dig out the supports, and those towers come crashing down. That enabled them to completely open us up for the kill. We were in wide open areas. They had a lot of guard towers. They had a guy in their base who was dedicated to constructing bunkers, to making walls, to making defenses. And therefore, we were left completely in the open because their diggers completely eliminated all our defensive structures, cut down all our trees, just destroyed our cover completely. While we were open in the fields, they had a lot of protective stuff. So there's great teamwork and a lot of great strategy that goes into this game. Or you could just be a complete troll like me and just write a big fuck you to everybody who's looking at you. You can do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter whatsoever. You can do anything like that you want. It's great fun. You also get access to some grenades, so you can get some grenades in there, and you can blow up big structures very, very quickly. If they've built some bunkers and you get a grenade in there, a grenade will just completely decimate their structure very, very quickly. All that kind of option is open to you, so although it looks extremely simplistic, there's actually a lot of depth, and I quite like that. It's very appealing. Instead of it just being a cheesy free-to-play one-shot kill game, there's actually a lot more interesting stuff going on in it, which I really, really like. There are some hackers in it. It is a basic game, of course. Some people have found ways to hack this game. Why you would want to, I don't know. I saw a couple of guys who had aimbots. Really, aimbots in this game. And also infinite health. Like I say, my rifle that I chose is a one-shot kill if you get headshots. I'm very cool with getting headshots. I quite enjoy that. And if you you can headshot up someone a couple of times and they just will not die. You see there, headshot is just an instant kill. You can see there the enemy piling out their base. They dug that tunnel from their base all the way to our base and just piled out in that huge pile of men, which was great fun. Very interesting little strategy just to go with that from the very beginning. But remember, if you build one of those tunnels, the enemy, of course, can come running back down it. If the attack fails, that tunnel exists. The enemy could easily just re-block it up again, and there you're completely screwed. So there's all these options of strategy going on, which makes the game so much more fun than you'd expect it to be. Some people do get butt hurt in this game. The average kill-death ratio is about 2-to-1 for a good player. I was getting about 1-to-1 on my first couple of rounds, then up to 2-to-1 in the later couple of rounds. Genji, who's been playing for a few days, was on about 3-to-1, and he was vote kicked for being a hacker. People were so butthurt about him out killing them and doing stuff like that. Although the kill log at the top was clearly showing him being killed himself, they were in fact vote kicking him, and I couldn't stop it either, although I was on the opposite team to him. Team placement is a little bit like that. If you want to be on the yellow with your friends and that team is full, you can select join yellow team. It won't tell you that, hey, you know, that team's full, you have to go on the other team. It just automatically sticks you on the other team and you can't really switch. That's okay. I don't really mind. For a game like this, we can let that slide. It's still in beta, it's still very early days. But I recommend you go out and support Mr. Ben Aksoy, because he's done really well with this game. It's such a simple idea, but it's got so many possibilities. Every single level, completely different. After 5 minutes, they're almost unrecognisable. There's grenades going off, there's things being constructed, there's holes being dug. You can dig holes through the mountain, you can do whatever you want. You can go over the top of the mountain, you can go underneath the mountains. You can go through the jungle, you can do whatever you want with that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting, and lots of creative freedom. It's the creativity of Minecraft mixed in with an FPS. And although we've only got 3 guns, those 3 guns cover all the bases for me. None of them seem particularly overpowered. You die very quickly, but there's no such things as armor and health regen or anything like that. But if you get a headshot, you're going to die. And I don't mind that at all. I think that's pretty fair. You still have some good fun. If you get in a nice position, you can see if someone's dug a tunnel through this base. I go through into the mountain, pick off this guy. You're going to pop out again, pal. There you go. Kill that guy. Moving through their tunnel. The red team probably created that tunnel. Spot this guy coming around, but I got instant one-shot kill. Whatever you want to do. I don't mind. That's pretty cool. So overall, a great game. I recommend you guys try it out for a hell of a lot of fun. Get some friends together. It's completely free. 5 meg download. How can you go wrong with a bit of Ace of Spades? And you will have a hell of a lot of fun, guys. See ya.